XRP and the wider crypto market took a bit of a tumble yesterday, and we saw a fairer chunk of volatility in XRP's price action. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my technical analysis on XRP, where I'll be sharing my short, medium, and long-term views on the price action and as to whether or not something has changed dramatically in the last few hours. As I get into today's video, smash that like button if you're new, subscribe, and let's jump right down into the charts. So this is XRP paired up with USDT, and we're on the 1 hour Binance chart. And as you can kind of see here, we kind of hit an upper area on Tuesday on the 1700 hour UTC price action. We then created a double top scenario yesterday at 1000 hours and at 1200 hours. This essentially has pulled us down quite aggressively. Now this move here is creating a continuation pattern, which is quite unfortunate for the price action, but I don't think it's going to be long-lived. Let me break down what is going on here. So within this area, we have a triangular wedge pattern. This is known as a continuation pattern. It's going to continue whatever led into it. So as we have this move to the downside, we then have this continuation pattern forming, and we're likely to see this break on down. Now, that's not to say that we're going to be coming down into new swing lows that we saw on the 11th of August. It's going to be a short move in my opinion, and it's going to be probably quite quick. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to get dragged out in my opinion, and it's going to lead us into a huge breakout opportunity for XRP, right? We're going to see a potential breakout after we have one more kind of liquidity grab, one more kind of collapse in the market. Let me show you what I mean. So in here, we have this idea of a three-wave drop coming down, a continuation pattern here. Now, this can be multiple different things, but I'm looking at this as the idea of a potential move up before we kind of move down. But we can see that right here with resistance coming in on the 200 EMA, 50 EMA, 50 SMA, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we're going to mark that as our X wave, and then we're going to move on down a little bit. Okay, now this particular area of interest is going to be pushing us into a range between 55.25 and 55.68. This is the relationship between the expected moves of a W and Y wave, or more specifically an ABC. It doesn't really matter what letters for the purpose of anyone who doesn't understand Elliott wave theory. It's just going to keep it nice and simple. So here we can see the continuation pattern and this break to the downside. The only way to prevent this, of course, is to rally up into a new higher high here on the 1 hour time frame. So the message is going to be that we see more extreme volatility for XRP, but this is going to be a huge opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at this price action. Let me just bring up the stochastic RSI here. You can see it's already started to shift to the downside, but I think there's going to be an opportunity here to find resistance up in that kind of 50 EMA, 50 SMA, 200 EMA region on the 1 hour time frame, where we can then potentially go short with a stop loss just above and target out this range here. A great 5.03 risk reward ratio approximately. Alter that accordingly, but will be a great shorting opportunity. If I am to short, of course, I'm going to be shorting using BitGet, which is my go-to platform, but I do find Bluefin also a fantastic platform to use as well, which requires no KYC. If you haven't already signed up, there's links in the description below. Fantastic offers and bonuses available for new users as well. Okay, so there's some huge shorting opportunities here, but that's not the biggest play. I think the bigger play is actually in a breakout long position on XRP. And I think that's going to come in at this kind of range here, where I've actually marked this up in a pretty much an approximate area. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw this in right in here. Okay, this is going to look like a bit of a move to the upside that's going to be substantial, which will be this one right inside here. Okay, so this is where we then could potentially find a long position. So we can short the market into our range. Then we can go long on this with a stop loss that's actually quite broad. Make sure we have some decent kind of coverage there, so we don't break out or get liquidated even though we're still in structure. And this would give us a 2.66 risk reward ratio, stop loss somewhere around 54.4, entry around that 55.6, and take profit on the lower range around 59.1. Okay, that's my approach. Short, then long, and take advantage of the liquidity grabbing that is occurring here, because I do think that's ultimately what's going on with XRP. Okay, so that's my take on the short time frame stuff. Expect to move to the downside, although it might not be immediate. We might retest those areas of the 250 and 50 EMA and 50 SMAs before we get that move to the downside. But I am looking for a move to the downside. I am looking for 55.6 minimum, and then I'm going to be looking for a 59-cent surge to the upside, which of course will be around 6%, but with leverage could be very, very lucrative. Okay, so that's my take on the smaller time frames. If we roll this up into our daily time frame, you can see that there's this idea of the price action coming down towards 51 cent on a bigger macro scale. Okay, and that's still very much valid on a medium time frame. We've had this push to the upside, but we will be looking for a move to the downside in due course. And that's also something that we can see here with a potential surge upwards on our daily stochastic RSI before moving down. Okay, and we can see that within this little pocket that we're talking about. We push up and then we push down, filling out the fair value gap that is left behind by the candle that was created on the 7th of August. Okay, we spoke about this yesterday. Essentially, fair value gaps are created from pockets of illiquidity, and we will be looking to fill that out before we rally to the upside. We are, of course, still really bullish here as well, targeting out 75 to 84 cents on the daily time frame. But expect volatility. We're going to expect pushes to the downside and runs to the upside. Depending on your risk appetite, you can go long in various different levels on this. Ultimately, I think I would be looking for a retest of equilibrium after filling out the fair value gap here for a significant long position. But like I say, on the smaller time frames, there's lots of trading opportunities to go short, to go long, to go short again, and then go long here on the daily time frame for a bigger ride if you wanted to. Now, XRP is in a bullish, and I will repeat that, bullish structure on smart money concepts. We're not bearish, okay? It's important that we note that. But we are also stuck in a ranging market, meaning that we've seen some bearish structures and some bullish structures, and we haven't really got any break of structure to confirm that we are swinging in one way or the other. So although we are looking for a new daily high here, don't be holding our breaths necessarily unless there's some fantastic news from Ripple and the SEC case that's not going to be dragging its heels until October. But, you know, let's face it, likelihood is that the market is going to stall out as the SEC continue to drag their heels and prolong XRP getting the clarity that it deserves. So expect volatility, expect liquidity being extracted from the market. And that's kind of the point of today's video, right? We're looking at the market through many different time frames. The hourly shows us huge opportunities to be constantly in and out, swing trading if we wanted to, leverage trading if we wanted to, and making money in a really boring, static XRP market that we find ourselves in at the moment. It also presents those opportunities for dollar cost averaging and building out those positions as we have those swing lows coming on in. So there's huge opportunity to be found, even though the market might feel boring and dull at times. But the main message here is that although there is going to be some trading opportunities, it does feel rather boring, but there's opportunity everywhere that you look if you're just willing to look for it. Okay, now, as I said, right, we are looking for that run to the upside. And if we do get a daily high here coming in, or a higher high coming in here, and yeah, we see maybe even a run at the $1.05 level, then things are going to start really turning bullish very, very quickly for XRP. So I want to be confident about that. On a weekly scale, we don't have any of that kind of noisy volatility kind of dragging down the price action. We can see that things have been a little bit boring, a little bit static ever since we kind of had that surge in July of 2023. Nothing major's really happened. There's been a few pumps and a few dumps in places, but no major movements. I think that is going to change towards the end of the year into 2025, where we look for the big surges to the upside, and we are looking for a conservative 559 to 1125 on our weekly time frame, our bull market highs, if you will. So things are progressing quite nicely for XRP. No major developments are, both boring but also reassuring. They show that actually action is holding up incredibly well. It's holding up better than most, better than Bitcoin, better than Ethereum, better than most altcoins, right? And so that shows that there's a huge amount of strength in the market as well. It shows that there isn't this kind of idea that it's going to pump and dump and people are just going to dump their XRP. There's a huge accumulation happening at various different levels, lots of retail wallets, lots of whale wallets. huge partnerships, huge things going on Ripple side as well. So for the most part, it's great to kind of see the market doing what it's doing. It's not boring to me. It shows huge opportunities on various different levels for trading, for accumulating, and it's all a precursor to what is likely to come in 2025, where I do think we're going to see a very significant surge for XRP, and we're going to see essentially one hell of a bull market. Guys, you can let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments below, or in our free Discord server linked in the description below. If you haven't got accounts with BitGet and Blowfin, sign up. Honestly, guys, it's best to have as many different exchanges on your portfolio or on your, roster, because in bullish times, it gets very hard to log on to them. So sign up using the links in the description below. You won't regret it. I do promise you that. And join us in the free Discord. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my second channel where I cover Cardano technical analysis. I don't think you'll regret what's going on there either.